the second period, you don't, when you get a team that, we go 9 minutes of nothing but special teams play, it pretty much disrupts the flow, and your team really stuck with it. You actually added to your lead with that.
Yeah, I think that comes back to the kind of the attitude of the guys that are not part of all those specialty teams, and I thought those guys did a great job for us. Stand with it, staying in the game, and just being ready to go back out for the next shift. I think the full Lawton's full line didn't get a shift together for probably 10, 12 minutes, yet they went out at the end of the second period and had one shift, and it was a great shift, and that carried over into the third.
Has Matt Reed pretty much answered the way that you'd want him to after that healthy scratch?
Well, Reeder and his line mates are playing well, so that's a big credit to him. He's done a good job. Obviously on the score sheet tonight, but he's also been a good two-way player and taking pride in that, and he's done a good job.
The Sean Couturier that you watched on video from last season versus the one you're seeing now, how much more offensively aggressive is he being, and how much of that is you telling him to do more, to be more in the offensive zone?
Oh, I don't think it has. The second part of your question, I don't think it has anything to do with me. I think that's Sean's. He's playing good hockey, and we're going to still push for just like we do with everybody, consistency and in everything that we do. But you've seen it the last few games. Coots and his line mates have. They've played a lead role for us in all three zones, and also on the offensive side.
You mentioned that there's been a little bit less of an emphasis on matchups specifically for him, because that's been a big thing for him in the past.
Well, I think he ended up tonight he played a lot of minutes against the Tavares line, so we still had that matchup, but. I said it at the beginning of the year. I think we have to have 2 or 3 lines, that are capable of playing in those situations, and really everybody has to be, good in a two-way role. So, he's still in a role where he's, playing against other teams' good lines, but it's not a shutdown role. You have to go out and beat whoever you're playing against, and I think he has that mentality.
Games, I think, against the East. Good tone setter tonight. Kick off that stretch.
Yeah, every 2 points it sounds like a broken record, right? But it's true. I mean, every game is pretty important for us. So these games happen to be against Eastern Conference teams. I said it the other day. Right now, our long-term focus is. Between now and the 4-day All-Star break. So that's long-term, and short-term is just what you saw today. One game, 2 points at a time.
It's been 10 games or so since you moved Jake to left wing. Does he seem like, you make that move and you're not sure how quickly he's going to adapt or how smooth it's going to be? Does he look like an entirely different player, more confident guy, just in a new position?
No, I think he's the same player. Jake's a good player, and he's a real smart hockey player. I think he can play anywhere, up front. And we've asked him, to move to the left side because it's the best thing for our team. And true to his, his nature as a good teammate, he's done nothing but go out and do the best job that he can over there.
Starting with the first shift of the game and going throughout, was this one of the best efforts you've seen in terms of all 4 lines cycling the puck and making wearing down the other side, making him go 200 feet too? Yeah, well, there's a big hole in the 5-on-5 with all the specialty teams in the second period, but I thought each one of our groups, and that's you have to have your defensemen included in that. I thought it was a responsible effort. The first shift did set the tone for tonight's hockey game, and sometimes you come out of a first period where we felt we played pretty well and had some good opportunities, and we weren't able to capitalize. Sometimes that can backfire on you, but it didn't tonight. Our guys stuck with it and made good things happen.